Hello, I'm Jude Greaves. I work in painting with oils. I guess working between abstract and figurative painting, mostly like figures and landscapes.
So what informs your practice then?
Mostly days out in the hills and experiencing the natural world. Usually I'll go out and take photographs and then come back and at some point look back at the photos and draw from them, and then eventually complete a body of work around that, usually consisting of watercolours, oils, oil paintings and poetry.
Is that your process of making art as well?
It's an important foundation, but the process of making the paintings is a lot more separate. The paintings themselves just become process. They start with a composition that I draw from the photographs and then change into me manipulating the forms of the original image as though it's an abstract malleable material by washing the surface of the canvas repeatedly with turpentine that takes up previous marks out and knocks them back, which allows you to layer like watercolour but with a bit more permanence, the permanence of oil.
Is that like the key part of your process then, of making a painting?
Yeah, layering and reducing.
Do you consider nature as the central focus of your art practice?
Yeah, definitely. I work in portraits as well, but I've done a lot more landscape paintings and I think I've probably take to that more naturally to painting people. I've got a lot to work on with the people painting. Still got stuff to work on with the landscapes, but I think most things come from me enjoying being outside in the hills, and I also enjoy being with people. But
what is the relationship then between the portraits and the landscaping in practice?
Well, most of the portraits started off from photographs that I'd taken when I've been out with my friends on various occasions. Some of them were taken inside, and I think there's the blanket series from second term. That's 3 paintings of people in blankets, and I just at that point wanted to paint people, and I had 3 photographs and drawings of people in blankets in some funny situations. So I was like, let's do that. But more recently, when I've been seeking out taking photos of people when I've been out and about with them, so I've got a few of going just walking, a few of going running or going climbing. So I've got a variety of sources for the people where it's become a bit more focused down to like having to be out in the hills and stuff. But yeah, again using the same idea of abstract malleable material and then the form itself, and then just doing what I want with it.
Yeah, so from what I've gathered, you have like a tendency to draw or like paint what you experience in life. So would you say that the outcome of the paintings are like your perceptions of your experience or your perceptions of the world?
Maybe in part. Painting and being in the hills and enjoying being in the natural world, I guess they are connected, but at the same time they're separate. I don't think of painting when I'm in the hills. I don't really think of being in the hills when I'm painting. They're 2 loves of my life that cross at one place, and I guess the link between them is probably just that I paint landscapes. I guess I wouldn't paint something that I wasn't particularly interested in as a subject matter, but I guess I don't know. It's all subconscious, I guess.
Where do you see the paintings going then? Or something that you've just experimented with recently?
I think it's the variety of mark making has potential to go elsewhere. The scale as well, I could go a lot larger. I could experiment more with watercolour too, just kind of been sticking to the same sort of process and kind of like dabbled a little bit elsewhere with my watercolour process, but I could go bigger again with that and be a bit more layery. But I also could do the same with watercolour. I'm quite bold. I try at least to be bold with my mark making. That's like part of the deconstruction of the forms. Maybe I could take I mean, this is something I have tried, is to take the bold mark making of watercolour and apply it to the oil paintings, because everything eventually, like even if I am bold, will get knocked back one way or another. So it would be quite good to be bold. Like what I've done, I think it's successful with my painting at the minute, and what I'm most pleased with is the subtlety of them, but I want them to kind of hit a little bit differently as well. I want to be able to make them hit, you know, with that sort of strongness instead of the subtlety, if that makes sense. Have a greater variety of effects.
I think that's pretty much from me. Thank you for the interview.
Cheers, Tony.
Nice talking to you.